In this tutorial for LabVIEW for LEGO Mindstorms, we'll be learning how to display text strings and numbers on the NXT screen. We'll look at some of the options for displaying text, as well as how to concatenate or join text strings together, and we'll look at number to string conversion. Let's start by dragging out a display block, and you'll see that by default it's set to text. If we create a constant here, we can type in our message, so let's do the classic hello world. And we can also set which line of the display it's going to be displayed on using this constant. We've got a choice of the 8 lines of the display, so let's display hello world on the top line. And next let's display the value that we're getting on a light sensor. So let's do it with the LED off, so we're just getting the ambient light in the room. And I just want to make it explicit that we're on port 3. Then we will display that, and notice that when I wire this scaled value into the display input, we've automatically changed to integer. So we're set to automatic. We could also choose explicitly whether we want to display text, align centered right or align right, or integer or float. But automatic's fine for us for now. However, let's change our text and have that display as text aligned in the center. Now if we want this to update, the hello world doesn't need to update, but if we want the light sensor to update, then we need to put that inside a loop. So let's use a while loop, and we'll just set that condition to false. There's one more thing we need to do here, which is to create a constant to specify the line that we want this number to display on, so that it doesn't display over the top of our hello world message. And let's try this out. And you'll see we've got the hello world on the top line, and then a number changing as I move the robot around, and the light value changes. Okay, so now let's imagine a situation where we've got multiple sensors, or we just want to provide a bit more detail. So rather than just having that number on the screen, we want to add a bit of message to it as well. Well, what we can do is we can convert this number into text, and then we can add it on to another piece of text. So what I would like ultimately is for this to be text coming in here, and I would like it to say something like the light value, or light number 3. So we're on light on input number 3, and I'd like to say what that value is going to equal. Light number 3 equals, and what we need to do is take this value. Now we can't add a number onto that text, we have to convert it first. So underneath string, so NXT programming and then string, there is an option in here. We've got string to number conversion, so we'll go number to string and wire that through. Number comes in, string comes out. And then also from our string palette we've got concatenate strings, and this is pretty cool. We can add as many strings as we like together, but let's just go with the default 2. We drag this in here, that in there, that in there, and let's run that and see how that looks. Okay, so I'm seeing light number 3 equals, and it's telling me what the value of light number 3 is. Now finally, here's a cute little example of how you can concatenate strings dynamically based on the values coming in on the sensors. So now what we're doing is we're taking the light value from port 3. If it's greater than 40, then the lights are on, otherwise the lights are off, and we're going to add either on or off onto the end of this phrase that started lights are, and then we'll feed that into here. And so now you can see at the moment the lights are off. If I point this towards the window, the lights are on, off, on. And that's how easy it is to play with text and get text and numbers displayed on the screen.